There we go. Let's start lying down on your backs if that's comfortable for you, or maybe you prefer to be on your side, on your front body. Where do you need to be? That's going to be the most comfortable for you today. Notice what's going on here in your body and in your mind. So we're just checking in. There's absolutely no judgment ever in our practice. That's not why we come here, right? Notice if there's any discomfort anywhere in your body. Maybe there's a part of you that is calling out for your attention. And then soften and let go of any tension that you feel in your body. Let's start from the crown of the head, softening the head, allowing your head to sink down into the earth. Softening your forehead, relaxing your jaw. Releasing any tension you feel in your shoulders. The front of your torso, back of your torso. Your arms, hands, and fingers. Perhaps you start to soften the hips, feel yourself start to sink down into the earth. Relaxing the legs, your feet, and your toes. Taking deep inhales in through your nose, into your diaphragm. If that's comfortable for you, allow it to expand. And long, slow exhales out. Notice any thoughts going on in your mind that you don't need during our time here together. Anything that you brought with you that isn't needed during our practice. Allow it to release with your exhale. So this is your practice, your opportunity to rest and restore, to honor your body, your mind, and your heart. If we come into a pose that isn't comfortable for you, please let me know. either through chat or come on. Or if you wish, you can come out of the pose and come into any kind of resting pose that feels good for you in your body. And then join us again whenever you're ready. If I share anything today, a meditation, today we have some mantras, or anything else that doesn't resonate with you, please feel free to allow my words to pass by and just come back to the sensation of your breath. So taking 2 more rounds of breath here. And then making some small movements in your body. Allowing those small movements to become bigger movements. And then whenever you're ready, rolling over to one side, any side that's calling for you, and making your way up to seated. All right, so in our first pose, we're going to create a ramp at the foot of the mat. Okay, so in our ramp, depending on what you have, uh, you want to create it so that whatever your prop is at the back will be higher than the one that's at the front. So 2 blocks or whatever the case may be. The one at the back is higher. Might be hard to see, I apologize. So whatever it feels good for you, you can always make it taller as well. Just know it's a little more tippy. And then you're going to place whatever you have for your prop. It may be a bolster, maybe a bunch of stiff pillows, placing it up. So for this pose, we're going to need a folded blanket. So just something rectangle, whatever, depending on your blanket. But it's just going to be a thin fold, and it's going to go underneath one of our hips. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this blanket, and then place it to the right side of your bolster. So the right half, right in front of the bolster, maybe even a little tucked under if that seems like it'll be good for you. All right, so here's what we're going to do. It's one leg up the bolster, the little bit of a tip here in the hips to work into the hips. So you're gonna come up nice and close to your ramp that you created. Okay, and then you wanna kind of scooch in so that the right hip is on that blanket. You may have to readjust when you come down. Right leg comes up onto your ramp. Okay, and then slowly coming down onto your back. So notice what's going on with your blanket. Depending on the fold, it might be up into the low back, and that may not be comfortable. If you need to slide some of it underneath your ramp, so less of it is sticking out. It's the only thing with us doing this at home. I can't see what you have. Okay, so we just want the hip, right hip up on the blanket. So left foot can be on the earth, or if it's in your body, extending that left leg long. So you're gonna feel tippy. You're gonna feel tippy. It's okay. That's the way we're gonna start off. Eventually that right hip will start to sink and settle, and it will start to feel a little bit more even here. So arms go wherever's comfortable for you. Maybe they're down by your sides, palms face up. Maybe it's out in a T shape if you have space. Perhaps it's cactus arms. Maybe even arms reach up and over, fingernails to the earth. What feels good for you in your body? All right. So you're not going to feel a whole lot. That's the point of restorative. It's a nice, gentle opening. So with every exhale, see if you can soften your body. Allow your body to sink and settle, releasing any tension that you feel. And if this is your first restorative class with me, know that if you look at me and I'm seated, it doesn't mean you need to come out. It's just I come out as you're in the pose. All right. So you can make any movements you need here in this pose. You're not stuck in any pose that we come into. Make adjustments if you need to. If you need to roll out, you're going to roll over onto your left side. Rolling onto your right would be next to impossible. All right. Our classes this week are around self-love. You are complete. Everything you need is already inside you. Honor your uniqueness and let go of the struggle that comes when you feel like you aren't enough or when you compare yourself to others. During our practice today, I invite you to close your eyes if that's comfortable. And try not to run away from any sensations or emotions that come up. Instead, consciously practice going into what comes up. Go into the feeling that your mind wants to avoid and see if you can breathe lovingly through it. With every exhale, maybe you start to relax your body a little bit more. While we're here, let's notice what's going on in the head and the face. What sensations do you feel there today? Is there any tightness, any tension? No judgment, just notice. Relax and soften the back of your head. Allow it to sink down towards the earth. Softening your forehead, softening around your eyes. Imagine you are able to soften both the inside and the outside of your ears. Notice what happens with your upper jaw. Softening the lower jaw. Finding deep inhales and long, slow exhales. If at any point during our practice today, as we move through the body, I apologize if you hear my dogs. Okay, as we move through the body, if at any point you feel any discomfort, try to be loving, compassionate, and caring with that part of you the same way you would to someone that you love and care for unconditionally. Let's find 2 more rounds of breath. And then making some small movements in your body, maybe moving fingers and toes. And bringing your left foot to the earth if it isn't already there. Bringing the left arm up by the ear and then slowly rolling over onto the left side. So only if this is comfortable, if rolling onto your left side doesn't feel good, feel free to come out any other gentle way. And you're slowly going to use your hands to help you come back to seated. And then we're going to make our way over to the other side. So positioning your blanket onto the left half of the bolster. Again, maybe you need to place it underneath the bolster or ramp, whatever you have. You're going to sit nice and close to your ramp. Left leg goes up. And slowly making your way down onto your back. Adjust the blanket under you if you need to. And find what feels good for you on this side. It might be different. Maybe the right foot stays on the earth. Maybe it comes long. Maybe the arms are somewhere else. If your arms are out by your sides or overhead, I invite you to turn your palms to face up towards the sky, allowing the shoulders to soften down towards the earth. Taking deep inhales and long, slow exhales. Softening the hips. We're going to make our way into our shoulders. Ooh, neck. Let's do the neck first. Our neck always needs love, right? Notice whatever you feel in your neck. Maybe it's warm or cool, tight or soft. Maybe you don't feel anything at all. That's okay. Just notice. Send love, kindness, and compassion to your neck. Noticing your shoulders. Are there any sensations there? And softening your shoulders. Allow them to sink down into the earth. Noticing your right arm, your right hand, and your right fingers. Does it feel heavy or light? Maybe there's tingling sensation somewhere. If there's any discomfort, send love to that part of you. And softening the right arm. Drawing your awareness to your left arm, left hand, left fingers. Notice if there are any sensations that you feel. And then relax and soften. Maybe saying to yourself, I am worthy of love. I am worthy of love. Bringing your awareness back. Making some small movements in fingers and toes. Drawing the right foot to the earth with a bent knee if it isn't already there. If it's comfortable for you to roll onto your right side, right arm comes up by the ear and rolling over onto your right side. And slowly making your way up to seated. Right. We're still going to work with our ramp here. The only thing now is to remove the blanket. And we're still working with the lower body. It's a little bit different here on this side. So this time you're going to come up nice and close to your ramp. I'll show you what we're going to do before you come down. Nice and close to your ramp. And then you're going to swing both legs up onto your ramp. So this is a half shoelace. You're going to be nice and close as you comfortably can get. So we're in our half shoelace. We're going to activate our right foot. So slightly curl back the toes. We're going to cross the right knee over the left. And then we're going to let that right foot hang. If it's uncomfortable, feel free to grab a folded blanket or something to place underneath the right foot for a little bit of support. So you might feel a little stretch here along the outside of the right hip, outside of the right thigh. The more of a bend you have in that right leg, the more a stretch you will start to feel. So a couple of things here. If you feel like you don't feel anything, if you're able to, maybe adjust your ramp so that your ramp is up higher, right? So the back of your ramp will be up higher. If that is not available to you, but if you have a wall available to you, you can come up nice and close to the wall. Allow the legs to come up. And then the right knee crosses over the left. So a couple options. You may not have access to a wall either. But know that even if you don't really feel a whole lot at the beginning, it'll start to make its way into your body. It'll make itself known. So wherever you are, softening here. If you need to come out of the pose, feel free to do so. Find another pose on the floor that feels good in your body. If you would like some direction or you need something different in this shape, please feel free to send me a quick note or pop on. Returning to the sensation of your breath. And maybe for this part of our body scan, it may be helpful to say to yourself, I accept myself as I am, or I love myself as I am. Drawing your awareness to your upper back, noticing if there are any sensations there, maybe warm or cool. Maybe it feels like you're sinking into the earth, or maybe you feel like you're floating off the earth. If you need to, send love and compassion to your upper back and soften, let go of any tension. Drawing your awareness to your mid back and lower back. Sometimes the mid back is hard to pinpoint. Noticing what's there and then softening, releasing any tension that you feel. I accept myself as I am, or I love myself as I am. Okay, so if you are in this shape on a ramp, activate the right foot, curl back the toes, straighten the right leg, place it on the earth. Or no, not the earth, sorry, the ramp. Activate the left foot and cross at the knee. Allow the left foot to come down. If you are up against the wall, where am I? Okay, activate the right foot, straighten the leg long. Activate the left foot, cross at the knee and bend the foot. Bend the knee, don't bend the foot. All right, it's getting late. It's my third class today. I accept myself as I am. Drawing your awareness to your chest. Noticing what's there. not judging. Notice anything that may come up for you. Maybe you close your eyes and breathe lovingly through anything that comes up. I love myself as I am. Softening your chest. Bringing your awareness down, say around the diaphragm, around the belly button, above and below. Maybe you notice the rise and fall of your breath. Notice what's there, any sensations, any thoughts. Go into the feeling that your mind wants to avoid, if there is one. Maybe there isn't. And breathe lovingly through it. Can you send love and compassion to yourself? Maybe to that part of your body, to your mind, or to your heart. Relax and soften. Taking 2 more rounds of breath. Then wherever you are, activating the left foot, straighten the left leg long. If your legs are up a wall, allow your feet to slide down about halfway. And then all of us are going to pick a side to roll over onto one side, whichever side is calling for you. Take a couple rounds of breath here. Then gently making your way up to seated. All right, our second to last pose, Shavasana, will be our last pose. This is a reclined goddess. So you're going to take your blanket and you're going to create a roll with your blanket. So we don't want it too thick because it's going to go down the center, like right along the spine. You'll know if it's too thick when you come down. We want it to be long enough so that it goes from at least the tailbone to the top of the head, maybe a little bit more. If you have a couple blocks or some pillows, feel free to grab them and place them so they're close to you. And we're going to come up close to this blanket roll. Maybe it's straight on the mat. All right, so feet to the earth, and you're slowly going to come back onto that roll. So that goes down your spine. And if you need to, maybe you scooch back a little bit so that it's nice and comfortable. Tailbone is on the blanket. All right, so first we'll do legs. So options here for your legs. Our goddess legs, we bring our feet about mat distance apart. We turn the toes of the feet out towards the side. Activate your feet. And then allow your legs to drop out to the side, knees to the side. If it's uncomfortable, maybe you find some props to place either underneath your knees if they reach. If they don't reach, maybe those props come underneath where the thigh and the hip meet each other. All right, so if this is not comfortable for you, perhaps you find more of a reclined butterfly, reclined bound angle. Feet come together, knees apart, placing those props again wherever you feel they need to be, under the knees, under the thighs. The more your feet are moving away from you, the less you will feel. And then we're going to find our goddess arms if it's comfortable in your body. If not, arms are just by the side somewhere, palms face up. Our goddess arms, cactus arms. So arms come by the side, kind of in a goalpost shape. Soften the shoulders. If you need to, you can always readjust here. Anything, if your low back feels uncomfortable, maybe you need to pick up your hips and place them back down. Connecting to your breath. With every exhale, soften, let go. Does it feel like you're holding tension somewhere, or you're trying to hold your body up somehow? Maybe try and hold the knees up if you're in that goddess shape. Soften. Allow the earth to hold you and support you. I am at peace with where I am. I am at peace with where I am. Drawing your awareness to your legs, your feet, and your toes. Notice if you feel any sensation. Do they feel warm or cool? Relaxing, and softening the legs, feet, and toes. I am at peace with where I am. Okay, so I'm going to, excuse me, give you an option here. If you're comfortable in this pose, maybe stay here for a little bit longer. And if not, and then we'll make our way out. So if your legs are in goddess, activating the feet, bring the knees back. If legs are in that reclined butterfly, straightening your legs. Gently rolling over to one side. And then if it's comfortable, if you can reach without sitting up, feel free to remove the blanket and come on over into Shavasana if it's easier to come to seated first. Of course, you do that, right? Shavasana, use as many props as you feel you need to get comfortable. Maybe it's a folded blanket under the head or head and shoulders. Maybe it's a bolster or some blocks underneath the knees or thighs. Maybe you prefer to be on your side body or front body. This is your practice. It's not my practice. Do what you need. Honor your body. If you're still in that goddess pose, you decide when you're ready to come out. And then make your way down onto the earth. Ready? Connect once again to your breath. Taking deep inhales. Long, slow exhales. With every inhale, allow your body to expand. Maybe it's the diaphragm, the rib cage, or both. Every exhale, feel your body come back to center. Inhaling, expand, create space. Exhale, drawing back to your center. And as you inhale, can you breathe in love, kindness, compassion? Fill your body. And as you exhale, can you bring it into your heart space? Maybe you need to say to yourself, I am worthy of love. I accept myself or love myself as I am. I am at peace with where I am. I am enough. Gently bringing your awareness back into your space, back into the room. Perhaps you make some gentle movements in your fingers and toes. Maybe those small movements become bigger movements. And whenever you're ready, rolling over to one side, whichever side is calling for you. And then slowly making your way up to seated. And once you get there, lowering or closing your eyes. Taking deep inhales in through your nose and long, slow exhales out. The light in me sees and honors the light in each and every one of you. That place, that light is a place of love, kindness, and compassion. When you are in that place in you and I am in that place in me, there is no difference and no distance between us. Together we are the same. We are one. Have a beautiful evening and go with love.